and welcome to Basic Moves for Beginners, Seated Core. Today we'll be doing 6 exercises. We're going to incorporate pelvic floor, abs, obliques, and lower back. We're going to be doing 3 sets of 10 reps for each exercise. We're going to run through the first set with no equipment, and then we're going to add some weights if you like for sets 2 and 3. So let's get started. We'll go over the exercises. Make sure that you're sitting up tall, feet are flat on the floor, legs are shoulder width apart, and you're not resting your back on the seat back. Hands are on the hips, and we're going to start with a pelvic tilt. So we're gonna gently rock our hips back and then pull them forward 10 times. And I'm just going to turn to the side so you can just see from the side view while moving. Next, we're going to do a seated crunch, or spinal flexion extension. You can have you put your hands up, fingertips pointed towards the ceiling. Elbows are bent. We're going to curve. Elbows come down and back. Belly button is in tight. And then extend fingertips to the ceiling. So elbows down and back, and then fingertips to the ceiling. That's 3. Eight. And then 10. Okay, next. We're going to do an oblique twist. I'm just gonna scoot down my chair. I'm gonna extend my legs a little bit, and I'm leaning back. I'm gonna hold my arms about this shoulder distance apart. And if you incorporate a weight or a dumbbell into this later, you're gonna just hold on to it right here. So we're gonna twist to the right, center, left, center, and that's 1. So you can add weights, a dumbbell, medicine ball, even a pillow, just to kind of get used to the movement at first. And the whole upper body is moving together. Sitting up tall. Next, we're going to do knee taps. So you can do hands together or separate, and we're just going to bring those knees up and hands tap the knee, alternating. Next is bicycles. So I'm just going to have you put your hands up right next to your ears. You can even cross in front, whatever's more comfortable. I don't want to put hands behind the neck just because sometimes there's a little too much of a tug or strain on the neck. So I'm going to start with our elbows out, right kind of by our ears, and opposite elbow to opposite knee. I'm going to scoot back in my chair just a little bit. I'm going to put my hands on the side of the chair. And next we're going to do a back extension. So we're going to lean all the way forward. Elbows are bent and in tight at our sides. Now push up. We're going to leave a slight bend in the elbow. And our back is kind of on a diagonal. We're not going to sit all the way up. So we're going to push up to almost straight. I'm going to turn sideways so you can get a little bit of a better view of what's happening. You can stay right where you are. You don't have to turn. And that's our first set completed. So we're gonna go back to our pelvic tilt, and you can use, at this point, you can use a ball, you can use a towel roll, you can use a pillow, you can even use a foam roller. We're gonna give that like a little squeeze here just to activate some of the deeper core muscles. So we'll activate the pelvic floor, activate some of those deep core muscles, and we're just gonna go back to our pelvic tilt. And then I'm going to incorporate some dumbbells this time just to show you. You can use them or you can do no equipment, completely up to you. So I'm just going to bring the weights up here and just crunch. So instead of fingertips up, weights get lifted towards the ceiling and elbows still come down and back. I'm going to remove this for now. So extending the legs out, leaning back slightly, holding my dumbbells right out in front of me, and I'm going to turn. For our twists. And remember, you go at your own pace. You can use light weights, you can use no weight, you can use a little bit of a heavier weight. Really depends on what you're comfortable with and what you have available to you. Bring that up. And next we're going to do knee taps. So now you have a couple options. So if you're doing 2 dumbbells, you can hold both hands out like this and just dumbbell comes down to the knee. Just don't quite hit it because you don't want to hurt yourself there. Okay, and now for our bicycles, we're going opposite elbow to opposite knee. Okay, we're going to put these down, slide back into our seats, lean forward and back extensions. You can put a ball or a pillow or even a blanket behind your back to press into to give yourself a little bit of resistance. And we have one last set. So starting from the beginning, pelvic tilts. And I'm going to show you another variation with the weight. So you'd get a heavier dumbbell, it'd be a little bit bigger. You can hold it between both hands, up overhead, knee taps. bicycles. We're just going to hold here and go opposite elbow to opposite knee. And again, if you have a bigger dumbbell, the space between your arms will be a little bit larger. Go with whatever's most comfortable for you. And we're going to put that down and finish up with our last set of back extensions. And there you have it. So there are our 6 moves for seated core, basic moves for beginners, all done. So you've got a couple different options to work with. Do whatever's most comfortable for you. And I hope to see you again soon.